Welcome back to another episode of Southern Scrap Nation's podcast. Your host, as always, Daniel Jonas. I'm here, May 3rd, 2023. It is 10 or so a.m. here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I will be doing a breakdown show, essentially, of UFC 288. That's what we'll be going over today. I'll talk a little bit about what happened last weekend. There's bare knuckle and then the UFC fights. But we'll mostly just be going over 288 and whatever news is in the MMA verse right now. Not much, probably, because, well, yeah, there's not much. I mean, MMA news is pretty lackluster. Like, one big thing will happen, and if we're lucky, two big things will happen, and then it'll be like 3 weeks of nothing. But it's a good week this week because, one, you have a big UFC card, so there's a lot to talk about. But then on top of that, some shifting in some UFC cards in the future, so we can talk a little about potential matchups. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Before we do, though, like and subscribe to the channel, please. Hit that notification bell so you can get future updates for episodes coming out, or if I put out a little short. I've been lacking, I know. Forgive me. But I'll be continuously putting out more and more videos, and as well as training things. So make sure to keep up to date with that and subscribe to the channel. It helps. Thank you. All right. So let's see. For those that are watching on YouTube, as you can see, I'm on MMA Fighting, as I always am, trying to find out what news is, and then relay it to you, those that don't have the time to get on this stuff. I break it down for you. Look at the things that matter. Discard the other stuff. Like things that matter. Fighter bites opponent's ear to secure submission. Gets disqualified in an absurd scene. Oh. Well, I don't really want to watch the whole thing and give them... Anyway. So, from the look of this picture, is he's looking for a rear naked choke, and in order to get the rear naked choke, he bites the guy's ear in Mike Tyson fashion. What's weird when you bite an ear in fighting is, like, you have a top mouth guard. Not saying that the bottom teeth can't do damage, but just like the least effective way to do it. You might as well just get good at choking, you know? No reason to blatantly cheat like that. That's crazy. Guys got serious issues. All right, so talking about potential matchups, and I'll go ahead and get started on it because it's right here. But Amanda Nunes is to face Irene Aldana at UFC 289. Juliana Pena's out with like broken ribs, I think. So their trilogy is gonna have to wait. However, I like this fight. I like Irene Aldana versus Amanda Nunes because, one, it's a fresh matchup, and two, she's in the same camp as Alexa Grasso. So, coming off of the motivation of her friend and training partner, we could have a potential new Mexican and the other female champion. Okay, so there'd be one, right? The strawweight. But for the other two, flyweight and bantamweight, could potentially be Mexican champions, and that'd be pretty exciting, especially since Yair is the interim right now. Big year for Mexico as far as UFC champions. On the other hand, Amanda Nunes, it's her chance to do what she did against Holly Holm and the likes of other fighters, where she kind of like John Joneses them. She takes what they're good at and uses it against them. So it's a chance to watch Amanda potentially try to outbox Irene Aldana. If not, and she doesn't, sure up those little holes in her boxing game, because she does have them. Juliana Pena kind of made a blueprint. The only reason why Amanda Nunes could adjust in the second fight was switching stances instead of, shoring up those technical things in the orthodox stance. That's all well and good, but unless she plans on doing what she did to Jareen Durandamy and just take Irina Aldana down a bunch of times, which is gonna be hard because Irina is kind of tall. Yeah, I think she needs to work on the boxing, get real comfortable with her hands, and then the takedowns will come because, yeah, boxing with Aldana ain't gonna be easy, but it's necessary. It's super necessary. Bryce Mitchell drops out of 288. This is a big one. Diego Lopez steps in to fight Musar Evolov. So Bryce Mitchell actually been talking shit back and forth quite a bit, so it's kind of a bummer. Shout out to Diego Lopez for saving the fight. Bryce Mitchell, though, I mean, it sucks that it's like this late. It's fight week. It's been forced to withdraw. Okay, so maybe the doctors at the UFC were like, "No way, dude." Okay, so he was a replacement for Mitchell, and now Mitchell's getting replaced. So this is now a totally different fight. This is just like not even what it was supposed to be in the first place. Not even close. Let's go to the morning report. Let me read it out for you. Oh, Israel Adesanya says he did Alex Pereira's son a favor with 287 post-fight theatrics. Oh, okay. Good for him. It's good that he's doing his son a favor. Bang, and again, I don't. Yeah, he said he's only a kid. I'm like, the fuck, what? If I had a son, he came to UFC and started to do that next to Pereira, I'd be like, what the fuck? Hey, come on. Oh, bro, the guy knocked me out. It's the first time. Okay, I mean, sure, whatever. I mean, this guy's gonna be, man. If you're a fan of Stylebender, like a avid fan, and like really like pay attention to his posts and everything like that, for the next year, it's probably just gonna be Alex memes and yada yada yada. He's really gonna ride that one to the bank. No, until whoever wins the Robert Whitaker versus Duplessis fight. Heck, Leo, leave him. Okay. This was kind of this interaction at UFC Embedded on the second episode between Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo. Odd, very odd. I don't like it. I don't know what they're trying. They're trying to sell the fight, but it's like weird. It's like, do you want to fight or do you want to? It's kind of that kind of weird energy. I mean, is this what MMA at light heavyweight's going to be and middleweight's going to be for the next however long these two fight, Alex Pereira and Israel? They're just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Breaking news from Chael Sonnen. Bellator never submitted an offer to Francis. PFL and Francis have come to an agreement. I cannot assure that Francis is ever going to compete again, but if he does, it'll be the smart cage. So it'll be PFL. Man, I said this before, but man, he fumbled the bag hard. One refuses to make deals with him now. And I saw that the $8 million was only if he beat John Jones. And if not, he was going to take a real, like there would be a drop from the $8 million, right? So if he wins, he would make $8 million. If he didn't, probably make $4 million, right? Minus taxes and stuff. Um, but if you think you're the best in the world, and I see a fight for $8 million, if I see an offer to fight someone for $8 million, and I think I'm the best heavyweight in the world, and all I have to do is win a fist fight, I'm gonna take that deal. I mean, he's trying to find a deal that is exactly. I mean, it's like $2 million off of what he was asking for. Right? He's asking for $10 million. And I'm not saying like $2 million isn't a big deal, but when all you're doing is fighting for money, it's like, all right, you don't get 10 million, you get 8. That's the best deal you're going to get. These other companies don't have the upfront cost to just pay for you. And not at that level, not at $8 million, not at $10 million. If he does go PFL, good for him. But man, it's like, you should have just taken the John Jones fight. You're fighting a light heavyweight. Yeah, you don't want to get embarrassed with the wrestling and get tapped out like your boy Cyril, but like, if you think you're the best, I'm at least gonna take that fight. Over what if he has to fight like a heavyweight in PFL that you don't know anything about, but he's like 20-6. Sounds awful. Yeah, so Luke Rockhold lost his bare knuckle fighting matchup, and I know I didn't break it down against Mike Perry, but I mean, if you're gonna choose the bare knuckle fighter versus the Ralph Lauren Polo model, and all bare knuckle fighting is what Corey Anderson's saying. It's like a battle of toughness. It's a battle of attrition. You're getting hit without gloves. I don't know. Luke kind of did it in MMA. You have 4-ounce gloves and no shin guards, so you can get kicked in the head. So it's like, why do you need to do the extra? You're a good-looking dude who models, who made a lot of money off of that. Why are you subjecting yourself to like this, where now you have to get dental surgery and da 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 da? It's like, you should just. And I know there's nothing like the thrill of. It's like, yeah, I get it, dude. But why? What do you have to prove? You were the middleweight champion of the world. There are people that are so far into your club that it's like Blue Rockhold fans till they die. Quit subjecting them to this. There's no reason. I mean, we all. Hey guys, we all know. We all know. We get it. We get it. MMA fight. We get it. You know, Maxim magazine over here or something. Paul Craig plans to move to middleweight. Interesting. Round 9. Let's see. Oh. No, that was kind of a low blow. Say what you want. That was kind of a low blow. Funny how promoters always try to devalue fighters for their own benefit. And Aaron Fernandez is the best heavyweight in the world, and he deserves to be treated as such. He was getting treated as such. Oh my god, these people are so dumb. You're an adult. Pay for your own health insurance. You're in the fight business, right? What makes Dana White happy? If you make him money. End of story. If you don't put money in his wallet, he's not going to fight hard for you. End of story. And you know how you put money in his wallet? You sell tickets. You sell pay-per-views. And the only person who sold pay-per-views that... Two people that only sold pay-per-views that, like, fill Dana's pockets to where they can do whatever they want is Jorge and Connor. That's it. Other than that, no one's doing anything to move the needle like that. They're not needle movers. And Nate Diaz. But Nate Diaz only with the help of one of the other two. Kai Car France versus Amir Albazi. Doesn't sound like an easy fight. Very likely done at bantamweight after 2 more fights. Oh man, you're going to sideline your boy Marab for 2 more fights? Rude. You're a bad best friend, dude. You're a really bad best friend. You're a bad best friend. Could fight again after Miocic under one condition. Right now my goal is to fight Stipe. Oh, this is the Australia interview that I didn't watch. I wanted to watch this. Okay, so my goal is to have one more big fight against Stipe. That's what I thought. You know, he fights Stipe, beats him, considered the best heavyweight of all time. Sayonara. I don't feel like I have really much to prove after beating Stipe. I agree. I've been in the game a long time and fighting many years and beat so many generations of fighters. I've been training for a long time. Being around my family and kids, I want to play. I'm really happy with me. However, if there's one person that would stay, it's former champ Francis. Okay. Yeah, if he fight, yeah, Francis. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, dude, he's not gonna fight Sergey. No one knows who Sergey is. If you're Russian, maybe. Not. I don't even think Russians know who Sergey is. They know of a Sergey, but not that guy. They don't know that Sergey. Their cousin or something, but not, Sergey Pavlovich. That's not what they're talking about. MMA junkie, come on. This is it? This is all the news? See, Chris Cyborg fighting BKFC. Have fun, girls. That'd be your queen of the jungle right there. All right. Okay. Well, bjpen.com doesn't really have anything either. Usually, okay. Well, hold on. Pause that. Aljamain Sterling questions if Henry Cejudo used banned substances during brief retirement. Maybe. But maybe not. Allegedly not. He did go to Colombia. You know what I say about those people that go to Colombia or foreign countries? Sometimes they do get tested. There are fighters that get tested. But I referenced that GSP interview with Joe Rogan. I forget which date. But he talks about fighters that go on trips and they go, I don't know, to like Europe for like 2 days or 3 or more than that. They go to Europe for like a week. But enough time where they go to Europe. I'm so sorry if this is like moving. They go to Europe, but enough time for it to like cycle through. And then they come back. Does happen. I'm sure of it. Because it makes sense. And, science has definitely gotten better. It's not gotten worse. So if you're... Cheaters are going to find a way. That's all I can say. probably won't find out about it now, but we might find out about it later. But GSP's kind of the goat to some people, and those people that are goats or in that status, like if anyone knows anything about the industry, it's those guys. Because I'm sure people offer them shit all the time. And unless you have a good team or whatever, you can get tricked into using some of the most volatile stuff. Dude, it worries me every day that company that Charles Oliveira is sponsored by. It just looks like it smells like tainted pee for USADA. It's like blue and yellow. For those that can remember, if you remember No Explode, like it looks like that. And I go, I just pray to God that this stuff is completely legitimate, because if I'm a fighter, supplement companies that are like out for my sponsorship, it's like I'd rather CBD companies come after me than supplement companies. The amount of science and stuff you have to go through, and it's like, oh, but picogram this, Anyway, let's get into fight breakdowns. What about that? Yeah, that's better. Let's just get into fight breakdowns. Also, check out SouthernScrapNation.com. The website's going through a little bit of, not change. I guess changes. It's just going through a cleaning up phase. It's already running faster. I mean, this is crazy. Look at this. Look at how quickly these photos load. Look at these photos. Look at how quickly they load. This video loads quickly. Boom. Look at that. Xavier. Looks way better than... I need to update this video. This is old video. All right. Let's talk about it. Folks. Let's talk about UFC 288. Where am I? So if I want to clip this. 22 minutes. Okay. Cool. Fair. No fluff. Cut through the BS. Let's get to it. 288. What are we talking about? Early prelims. What we got going on? Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Joseph Holmes, fun to watch. Follow him on Instagram. Fun guy. I like his style. He's 8-3 going against Claudio Ribeiro. 30, 10-3. 80-inch reach advantage. Big. 6'3". Big. Good hands, 27. Joseph Holmes, guy to watch. 11-0, and they're putting him against Zamagulov. So his Rafael Steven guy must be good, because they're going to put him against Zagalas Zamagulov, which tough wrestler. Obviously, he's 14-8. I mean, okay, not the best record, but never mind. Maybe I'm not thinking of the right guy. Yeah. Maybe I'm just knowing him for the Manel Camp fight. Yeah, Amir Abal. Okay, never mind. I take that back. But either way, let's see. Rafael Estevan. No. Oh, okay, we're back. Okay. Whew. All right, Rafael Estevan highlights. Let's go. Okay. Good for him. Nice. Power pressure. Cool. Takedown. Ferocious. Yeah, I mean, good pressure. I mean, yeah. What can I say about it? He's got good pressure. He's 5'7". Okay, he's 5'7". That's why he's big. He's big. He bullies. I'm sure he bullies people. As soon as he starts fighting someone that pressures him back, though, that's what I'll. When I see that, when I see how he reacts to going backwards and someone like not just getting bullied back, um, and allowing him to shoot on his knees and like all these. Technically, they look like they're correct, but he's fighting people that are kind of in the highlights that I'm seeing. They've already given up, right? Phil Hawes versus Ikram Askalov. Oh, I'm not even gonna. This is like gut check for Ikram. As far as he's fighting a vet in Phil Hawes. Oh, is this the guy that fought? Oh, this is the dude that fought Hamzat and gave Hamzat his toughest fight outside of the UFC. Oh, fun. I'm interested, dude. It's this guy. Boom. This guy. He gave Hamzat his hardest fight, and then Hamzat knocked him out. This guy's Dagestani. He's good. I mean, his biggest loss is to Hamzat. So, nice. Ikram. Hell yeah, dude. Parker Porter versus Braxton Smith. Cool. Marina Rodriguez making her return against Janjaroba. For those that don't know, I'll pull up their pictures. It's a good fight. It's gonna be Brazilian action. I like Marina in this fight just because if she can stay away at range and kind of just pick Janjaroba off from the outside and never let her like get into that gray area space, allowing her to get her hands together and shoot. Using good footwork laterally, which I've seen her do all these things before, so that's why I feel like she'll have a better chance in this fight than Janjaroba, who's going to be kind of chasing her. Chaos Williams versus Ronaldo Bedoya. Okay, let's look up this Ronaldo Bedoya guy, because Bedoya. All right, what's he look like? He's a big guy. Shoot the box. Shoot the box. Boom, boom. Shoot the box. All right, yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like this guy. He's big too. Very. I mean, this is classic Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira at whatever weight, at middleweight. Boom, boom. Welterweight. Boom, boom. Damn. Him versus I mean, I know it's early, but like the idea of him versus Leon Edwards is sick. Ronaldo Bedoya, let's go. Kennedy Njokuani. I'm just a sucker for people that can make Muay Thai work in MMA. Kennedy Njokuani versus Devin Clark. Good fight. Depending on Devin Clark's 1-1 loss, 1-1 loss, 1-1 loss, 1. Alonzo Metafield, who I'm thinking of. All right, so he's 1-1 loss, 1-1-1. Okay, so according to that kind of record, he's 1-1 loss, 1. So Kennedy and Njokuani might win this one. And he's also on a 2-fight win streak. Yeah, let's go. Probably most likely Kennedy and Njokuani. And then you have to headline the prelims: Drew Dober versus Matt Steamroller Favola. I like Drew Dober in this fight. Matt Favola's got. He's coming off of a win. pretty big win of Azatar, but there was people were saying he wasn't the same, da 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 da, or Zatar wasn't coming out normal or whatever. I don't know, but it was a big win for him, and that's a. I mean, he gave him his first loss. So based off of his last performance, if he's not the favorite, I wouldn't be surprised. But I just can't. Yeah, I mean, I can't. Judo has got 3-fight. He's on a 3-fight knockout streak. He's figured something out. And he knocked out the last guy to knock out Matt Frevola. So I know MMA math doesn't work, but that's all I can think is like he's found a way to knock people out. Knocked out Terrence McKinney, who knocked out Matt Frevola. I'm not saying that MMA math works, but after he knocked out Terrence McKinney, he went on to knock out 2 more people that are more technical than Terrence McKinney, that are also like higher ranked than Terrence McKinney. And like the Bobby Green fight, like he out techniqued Bobby Green in that situation. He never got discouraged, and he did what you're supposed to do against a guy like that and just kept throwing punches. And I know that Matt Frevola wants to go forward. It's like you're kind of playing into that. But anyway, I digress. Back to the card. Back to the main card. So you have Kron Gracie versus Charles Jourdain. Listen, it's about what does Kron Gracie look like when he comes back, yada, yada, yada. Dude, Charles Jourdain's going to beat the brakes off of Kron Gracie. What a bad matchup. You don't think Charles Jourdain can keep Kron Gracie off of him and beat him up for 3 rounds? Dude, what a bad matchup. Good job, UFC. Way to like really cement that Kron Gracie is not coming back to fight after this. Dude, Charles Jourdain is going to break Kron Gracie. His last loss was to Cub Swanson. I guess it's because he's got a 2-fight losing streak. Sure. But this dude fights like... He's not even lost. I don't think he's... Okay, Julian Erosa submitted him. No way. No way. Yeah. Charles Jourdain all the way. All right. Who's this? Diego Lopez. Okay, so got pretty good ground game. Okay, yeah. Jiu-jitsu goes jiu-jitsu. Takes his bag, puts in that. Oh wait, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, okay. What did he do? Okay. Here we go. Guy's going crazy. Guy's tough. Okay, countered. All right. I don't know. Seems good. Technically sound. I think Mozar Evlov, runs through this dude. Yeah. If you don't know, Mozar Evlov is like next big thing. 16-0. Decision Dan Ige. I mean, I guess because he's a decision guy. It's part of the reason, but I mean, he like decisively beats these people. Look at the stats. Stats tell no lie. 4 out of 11. I went back at 6 at 15. I had to take the. Listen, I'm not saying we're watching this guy for. That's his biggest fight, right? It's 9 out of 16. I mean, he gets better too, which. He's just like plagued with fight cancellations and everything. Okay, we're not going back to the UFC. Okay. Next, Jessica Andrade versus Yao Shannon. I like Jessica Andrade always, just because she has one punch knockout power and fights at like strawweight, which is fun. Yao Shannon also hits hard, and it's like her whole thing. So unless Jessica Andrade finds a way to find a submission on Yao or Yan, I think Yan can outbox Jessica and keep her at range and eventually TKO her. If not, I think Jessica chokes her out. That would be my bet. It's either going to be Jessica by submission early on or Yan TKO third round, possibly, or decision. If she keeps her length. If not, it's 6. Oh, actually, it's not that far a difference. Oh, it's at. Oh, that's right. It's back at 115 pounds. Oh, if it's back at 115 pounds and Jessica Andrade makes weight, I think she might knock Yan out. Never mind. I thought this was back at strawweight. My bad. Flyweight. Yeah, 115. Jessica's pretty unstoppable. Unless you're Wei Li Zhang. It's all about how Jessica shows up, to be honest, mentally. Like, if she shows up on one, she's a problem. But, like, some of the fights that she loses, it's more of like she quits or, like, it's just not her night. Oh, I apologize. All right, so co-main event, which is a 5-round fight, for those that don't know. Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. Essentially the same in rank and record. But I can tell you, as far as how I see this fight go, pretty confidently. When Gilbert's coming off of a fight camp already against Jorge Masvidal, and immediately jumping back into a 5-rounder too. I think against a guy who's now changed teams, not completely, but he started training with Khabib. That's like, this is his fight camp. I think Bilal is going to put the pressure and pace against Gilbert. He may not be patient, but he's going to put on the pressure and pace. And as soon as he puts Gilbert on the back foot, Gilbert's not going to be able to like take him down as confidently as he usually does, because Gilbert's going to be the one that usually pushes forward. He's going to stuff those big shots that Gilbert Burns has. It's going to be kind of like that Sean Brady fight. I mean, it's almost going to be identical to the Sean Brady fight, unless Gilbert can find a way to get Bilal's respect early on and have him go backwards. And I'm not saying if Gilbert gets him to the ground, he's not going to just submit him. But I think Bilal's grappling it's not going to just fall apart like that. I feel like he'll defend the takedown and keep the hands apart and not let Gilbert just hold him. Especially if you're working with Khabib's guys, I don't think Gilbert's MMA grappling is on that same level. Obviously, his jiu-jitsu is great, but I think it's going to take Gilbert hurting Bilal in order to even get to that point. That being said, yeah, I think Bilal is probably going to be the one to take it home. Especially, maybe even a TKO, the same way that Usman, just kind of stuffed his pressure. And anytime Gilbert came forward, jab, 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 jab when he's on the back foot, jab, jab, jab. And just stuff those takedowns, make him panic shoot. Uppercuts. And then the main event, I don't think it goes to five rounds. I think Bilal stops Gilbert. And then in the main event, you have Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. This fight is, in my opinion, two paths this fight can go. You either have Aljamain on Henry Cejudo's back immediately in this fight, and I mean, like, does not get him off, and he submits him quick. Like, he gets on him, he crawls along his backpack, whatever he says, and his thing is whatever. I think he either gets on his back, backpacks him for the whole first round, and then finds a way to submit him within that first round while they're still dry. Possibly second round. I would highly just think first round when the going gets good, and when it's like fast, he just starts fast and goes. But more likely than not, what's going to happen is Henry Cejudo is going to defend that kind of transition, that kind of exchange where Aljo tries to take us back. Henry's going to defend, and then from then on, Henry's going to adapt. And if there's one thing we know, Henry Cejudo finds a way to win. I can give you all the technical breakdowns of how he would deal with a taller, longer fighter. It's not about that. It's about this man knows how to win. Point blank, period. If you give him time, he's going to win. And this is obviously, and that's why 5 rounds for him is actually a benefit. It's not that he like downloads data for the first round. It's more he goes out with a game plan. And if the game plan he has isn't what he thought it was, or isn't working the way he thought it was going to work, then he just finds a different way to get to where he needs to get to. Marlon Moraes versus him is the best example. Marlon goes out there and Henry's in his karate stance and he's trying his striking to get in close, the kicking and all that. But Marlon's just faster. He's been at the game in Muay Thai a little bit longer. So he's beating Henry to every position striking. And he's kind of just piecing him up in that first round. By the second round, third round, Henry's just closing distance with the right hand and making it a fight. It's not like a technically perfect fight or anything like that, but he found a way to win. Found a way to get to where he wanted to put Marlon, on his back. And then he just did not let him up, and he broke him. Aljamain's got a type of game plan. And it's like, I don't know what Henry's game plan for Aljamain is, but he's going to try out whatever the game plan is. And if it doesn't work, he's going to find a way to execute it. This is all to set up him to go and fight for the featherweight championship, which is fun. But yeah, I think either Aljamain submits him right off the bat quick, doesn't even let him get a chance to adapt or anything like that, and just proves how dominant of a grappler Aljamain is. Or Henry Cejudo, being an Olympic wrestler, an Olympic gold medalist, he finds a way. 36-33, that's the way I look at it. So that's my breakdown. It's my prediction. I think Henry finds a way. I think you have, and once again, you have Bilal Muhammad, Jessica Andrade, Mozar Evlov, and Charles Jourdain. Those are my breakdown predictions, what I see as possibilities. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Once again, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, sunscrapnation.com. Come train with me if you're in Charlotte. It's a fun time, always. On that, stay safe. Peace.